In this special segment of WION E-Club, we meet Indian actor Yami Gautam as she talks about her recent release OMG2. Gautam, who once aspired to be a lawyer and an IAS officer, talks about her career in Bollywood.
I'm here with Yami. And first, thank you for having us at your place and for the chai.
Thank you.
And let's go to, oh my God.
Oh my God, that's the most non-pluggish. I don't know where it's coming from. I never asked Abira to talk about OMG. I don't know why she's talking about it. I didn't ask, but okay.
Okay. But yeah, oh my God, what a performance.
Thank you.
I really like the story. So let me start with this. What was your reaction when you saw Oh My God for the first time? Not the two, the first one. What was your reaction?
I think that was a year that saw so many diverse films, no? We had Vicky Dono, OMG, Gangs of Wasseypur, Kahani, Barfi. I think so many films and good films.
Good films. And so different from each other, but fantastic.
And I think 8-9 of us made, just the female actors, we're not even getting into the male actors, made our debut together. And it was like, I didn't know what was happening around. But I remember watching OMG and I really liked the film. Again, it was a packed hall, it was a packed theatre. And I was like, this is something so different, you know. So who knows? I mean, you know, when you're watching and sitting and watching something that you're also going to be part of that years later, of a completely different story, a different perspective, and so I'm so happy.
So when it came to you, you were like, oh my God.
We were in the middle of pandemic. I think it was second wave. And I was going to get married 10 days after that. And I was just quietly listening to the narration, and obviously everything, you know how, of course, my marriage, it happened, it was very...
We'll talk about it later.
I loved it, and I understood what they were talking, and I was like, yes, definitely. And I do see a huge potential in my part, since she is the sole female representation of that perspective, which is so heavily otherwise male dominated. If you see the court, how they've been choreographed.
You know, it talks about a very important subject, the sex education. Yami, when you were a kid, now when you look back, what do you think? I wish I knew this about sex during this age.
I can't pinpoint what, but I do remember, I think that chapter was usually just something which was just quickly brushed.
Yeah, that used to happen. I don't know what happens right now. My daughter is too young, but that used to happen. The boys and the girls were separated to teach them reproductive system.
No, we were sitting together, and the attendance was full that day, by the way. But to everyone's disappointment, I remember because obviously you're curious, right? This is something new. This is something.
What age?
This was what age I must be in 10th standard. 15, 16, I guess. And I remember the other section, and I really respect my own teacher, my biology teacher. She was wonderful. But the other section, that teacher, she taught so much which was not even part of the books, in terms of awareness, in terms of what does this stage, you know, to just kind of decode it for everyone, the changes we're going through physically, emotionally, mentally, hormones, you know, and just the awareness of your own self was done so beautifully. And we were just stunned that, okay,
they know much more than us.
Yeah, they know much more than us. Not that we scored less because we answered all the questions, but you know, being just reading about something and understanding could be two different. What I think a conversation which maybe, and I remember my mother having this conversation with me, and I'm so glad. But that age where kids literally, you know, they get stuck between the good touch and the bad touch concept.
Yes.
That is so
never
important.
Taught us. We were never taught.
Right. I remember my mother having that conversation, because I'm sure she would have seen things around and their own experiences, and how a child feels so guilty or so stuck up that, and most of the times you know that person. Yeah. It's so sad.
That's really sad that, you know, we are talking about it. We are constantly saying our children should know, and there you have a certificate.
Yeah.
That's really sad, don't you think?
Absolutely. And so it's unfortunate. I don't know what lies ahead. I don't know, you know, how do we come to a consensus with this? But it is what it is. Now, I'm hoping and I'm pretty sure that families, they're coming to they're watching the film and they're going back and maybe having and opening this discussion at home even more probably, and maybe it opens up a discussion in schools.
Thank you so much, Yami. Thank you for talking to us.
Pleasure, absolutely pleasure. Oh my God, Chai Thandi.